Yo, people, we gonna start early because I'm ready to go. I ain't trying to wait around. We got stuff to do. So let's just go for it. It's about time we get started on Pikmin 2. Straight up. Alright. So, today we have got to do some things. Things are happening. Okay, we got some stuff to get done today. So today is my dorm housing draft. And so at 4:33, I have to select a room. And I'm nervous because there's a specific room that I would love to get. And I hope I get it, basically. I don't have any open slots, do I? I don't think any of these really matter that much. We'll just get rid of this one. Yeah, it's definitely not official, so I don't know what it was for, but we got rid of it. Now, Pikmin 2 is my game. I be playing like mods of this one. This one's the stuff. So Hocotate Freight is a long-haul deep space shipping company. One day, its only employee of any merit, Captain Olimar, crashed on an uncharted planet while on an interstellar vacation. There he was aided by indigenous creatures which he called Pikmin. In the end, Captain Olimar escaped. But in Olimar's absence, his employer, Hocotate Freight, ran into financial difficulties. So here we go. Olimar, I'm so glad you're safe. Yes, very glad. Sadly, I have an announcement that is not so glad. Our company is going under. Yes, we're finished. On his first mission, Louis here met a ravenous space bunny, and his entire load of golden Pick brand carrots was eaten. This dude be crazy looking. I took out an enormous loan to repay the debt from this loss. I decided to sell off corporate assets to repay the loan. But the only asset we had to sell was your ship, the SS Dolphin. So we went through all that and he sold our ship. As for the rest of the loan, initiating valuation of recovered treasure. So Olimar brought this bottle cap home for his son, and the president realizes that thing's worth 100 of their money, which are called Pocos. and now that lowers his debt. And so he was like, hey, there's more stuff on that planet. You gotta go back. And so he sends us and Louie back to the Pikmin planet to try and repay the company's debt and keep it from going under. Alright, so we have entered the Valley of Repose, an area we've never seen before. A very nice snowy area. Very, very chilly. That was close. I've averted a crash landing. Running diagnostics. Alert. Danger. Louis is missing. No duh. He just fell out of the ship. He must have somehow fallen out of his cockpit. Wow, it's almost like it happened. He is not responding via his communicator. He is either flouting protocol or in danger. You must find Louis. So the goal right now is to find Louis. And then he's like, wait, look. What's that over there? It's some Pikmin. Alright, so we have That was funny. I've never seen that. So we have recovered the Pikmin that we just left. So for any new people, these are red Pikmin. They're the strongest fighters, and if you can tell, I don't know if you can tell yet, but I sure can just from playing it. This game super fixed a lot of the clunkiness. I mean, you can notice the Pikmin are way more responsive to my commands. They throw faster. It's just, I whistle once and they're in there, right? Before I'd be whistling 5 times to get somebody. But yeah, so new ship, new area to explore, and one enemy to kill. So let's go ahead and take care of that. And then like normal, we can carry enemies. And it seems like they're going to carry this way, but here we go with another cutscene. Attention, Captain Alamar, I've just reestablished my communications link with Louis. It is fortunate we have managed to confirm his safety. So now we're going to go communicate with Louis because we finally figured out where he's at. And for future's sake, we're going to go ahead and throw some Pikmin up there. So here's our boy Louis. Okay, so now we have to rejoin these two captains. So now, last game I talked about how it would be amazing if we could be in 2 places at once. Well, with Alamar and Louis, we can. We now have 2 captains who can work separately from each other and have separate groups of Pikmin in different places so that we don't have to be everywhere. It makes this game a lot more involved. So this is familiar. This is the red onion that we ran into in the last game. And it has sprouted Louie a single Pikmin seed. His eyeballs. He's like, what is that thing? Alright, and so now we have plucked our very first red Pikmin. That's just saying some controls. And it talks about how Louie is drooling at it. Because remember that Pikmin are named after the Pick carrots. And Louie loves Pick carrots. And so he's like, you look like food. But anyways. Let's go ahead and start by carrying some of these pellets. Just like we did in the last game, we've got to raise our Pikmin numbers. Because the more Pikmin we have, the more Pikmin we have to carry things and work on things, the faster we can get things done. So there we go. We now have 3 Pikmin on Louie's section, and we have 5 in Olimar's section. No, probably not. We can put 2 Pikmin on that one to make it go a little faster. And in this game, when you throw a Pikmin at one of the pellet posies, which is what those flowers are called, if you throw Pikmin at it and they destroy it, they will carry it instead of automatically coming back to your party, which was very annoying. It makes sense, you know, you throw 2 Pikmin and you're like, hey, go do this. And so now, they pick it up and carry it, and then they come back to my party. So much better. Like, when I say they improved the engine phenomenally, like they did, this game is way better. They are plant-animal hybrids. They're like the first like plant animals ever, because this is post-apocalyptic Earth where we're chilling at. And these characters, hold on, I gotta do the demonstration. It's kind of cool. Olimar's cannon, yeah, they're both. So Olimar's cannon height, his actual height, is this tall. This is the GameCube memory card, and this game was released on the GameCube, and so when they released this, they're like, yeah, Olimar is the same height as this, and so is Louie. They're the same height as this GameCube memory card. And so that gives you perspective on how small they really are. You'll get another example of that here in just a second. If you notice over here on Olimar's side of things, yeah, about an inch. They're about an inch tall. If you notice when we throw on this, these Pikmin on this paper bag, there's a 5 out of 15. So we're gonna take 15. It's gonna take 15 Pikmin to do something with this bag. So we have 16 total Pikmin in the field. If you see the number right down below my cursor, the 16, that is total Pikmin on the field. The number directly below the captain, like right there, is how many Pikmin are in my party. And the number on the far right is the number of Pikmin that exist in the onions and everywhere else. And so here's another representation of how small these characters are. There is a D battery. So one of the cool things about this game is because this is post-apocalyptic Earth, all of the treasures that you collect are real treasures, are real items that we have currently. So there's a Duracell battery, for example. And so here's what I always do. It's basically pointless, but we have 11 Pikmin and we only need 10 to finish the bag. So I always put one on that battery because they have to dig it up. It's a little bit stuck in the snow. And it really doesn't matter because we're going to have to wait anyway. But here we go. We have crushed the paper bag and reunited our two captains. The two captains are great and very useful. Like I said, because we can just be in two places at once now. Most importantly, we need to get this enemy back to the onion. There's not much else we can do today because this area has very few things. Yeah, it's really small because Olimar got sized way up in Smash. Technically, he would like barely be visible on the screen for Super Smash Brothers. So right now, see, like we can just split the captains up. You can whistle him to make him join you, and he'll follow you around just like the Pikmin. So they've dug that up, and we need exactly 20. And this Bulborb, this dwarf Bulborb, will give us exactly 20. One fun little trick that I learned that you can do here is you can leave Louie behind on this hill. So if I stand right here and I have to wait till he does an idle animation and make him jump, and then if you just tap, I did it for a second there. Let me try it again. If you just tap your character, your control stick, in a certain rhythm, he gets stuck in that, and you can just leave him. I've done it to where I've gotten pretty far away, but I can't get the rhythm just right now. Alright, so now we have our 20 Pikmin, and if you have two captains, you pluck twice as fast, because both captains will pluck Pikmin. And so now, yeah, you can come in, brother. What's up, dude? We are on the stream, Pikmin 2.
Skipped out of class.
You skipped class, Benjamin?
Yes.
How could you?
I'm tired, man.
Why? What'd you do?
I stayed up way too late last night.
Well, then you're a loser.
I am a loser. I shouldn't have done that.
I was gone, bro.
What are you playing?
This is Pikmin 2.
So there's two.
The sequel. So no, there's two captains.
Two captains.
These are Pikmin. Yeah.
No.
Chandler has no finals, no classes. We still have 2 weeks. A week of class and a week of finals. Yeah, so we have two captains who can be in two places at once, so you can do multitasking. It's very great. Like, because in the first game, it's like, okay, I want Pikmin to do this, and I want Pikmin to do this while these are working on this bridge, I can go do this, right? But I can't have two captains in two different places, right? I'm aiming for that one.
Okay.
We're talking about our room draft. 409 is equivalent to where we live right now.
Really?
Yeah, so 409 over there is the one that's on the far right of the building, except not in the corner.
For Dylan, or is it the other?
Dylan, yeah, I just asked Dylan. Dylan is in Waters 1, and so if we can get, there's only 3 rooms left on the bottom floor, though.
Okay.
They've gone quick, but hopefully people will go for Grace. I haven't looked at what's in Grace because I don't want to move any of this so that I have easy access to it.
When's our slot?
4:33.
So
I have it's about an hour and a half, and I have alarms set.
How many people have gone?
None. They start at 4. That's what scares me. This was like the early people. There's people that get early. This is the general draft starts at 4. So we're 12th in line for that. So we've got to hope that 3 people don't choose these rooms.
But there's
okay, so there's 6 rooms, but these are in Waters 3.
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, so I was going to say if we don't get in 1, we're going to try for 3, but my ideal room would be like this one.
Yeah.
Or this is a corner. This would be okay.
I mean, what's the likelihood that all of the bottom floor gets taken?
Well, here's the thing though. There's only 3 rooms left now in the bottom floor of Waters 1, and there's only 3 rooms left in the bottom floor of Waters 3. We're running out. We need half of the people in front of us now to not choose downstairs in Waters instead of just 1.
But there's a bunch of other like dorms.
Yeah, there's Grace.
I wonder what Grace looks like.
I don't know, and I don't want to move this so that I can have my...
How many second floor rooms are?
Well, I've got
available?
favorites. I haven't looked at that either. Waters. 3 floor. There's 1 floor 2. Okay, and then let me do this. Okay, these are all floor 2.
So how many? Just 3?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, that's pretty good.
You have to help me move my furniture up there if we go upstairs.
I know. Gosh. Here's my opinion.
I like Dylan a lot.
Who's the other roommate? The RA.
I don't know.
Don't they have that posted?
Yeah, we get to pick our rooms. I didn't see it anywhere, no. I had to ask Dylan. I went and looked at Res Life, and they didn't have anything posted about it.
Okay. Does he know who is the other Waters RA?
I don't know. You could ask him. Anyways, we just got the treasure. That killed some time, but we got the treasure from the Duracell battery, and our ship will name things, so we got the courage reactor. Sorry about that. We were trying to solve room issues. No, we get to pick the specific apartment that we want. I really hope we get a good one. I've got a list of about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rooms that we could get. Dude, we form a room. Like, I know who my 4 people I'm living with are. Like, there's 4 people in my room on my thing, and I'm the room leader, and I choose what apartment we live in. That sucks, the way y'all's works. You start out with randoms. Alright, so we've started. We've got a gist for how Pikmin 2 is going to run. Let's jump back into the Valley of Repose, because it's the only open area. Before we do that, though, we'll look here. We've got what's called the Picklopedia. And it shows creatures and, creatures and plant life that we've encountered. So that allows us to see, information about these. You can throw pick carrots and see how they attack and everything. It's pretty cool, pretty useful. And then there's the treasure hoard, and you can see all of your treasures and view what they look like too, because they're pretty cool. So that's the Picklopedia and treasure hoard, and let's just jump back in for day 2. So day 2 is where we get introduced to the main gimmick of Pikmin 2. So you might be thinking, how are we going to pay off $10,000 worth of debt when our first treasure was only like 280 Pokos, right? And we need 10,000. You would think, oh, there's not going to be that many treasures in the overworld. If you remember last time, there was only 30, and 30 times 280 doesn't add up to 1,000, I don't think, does it? Or am I stupid? Or 10,000. Am I really that dumb? Math. Calculator. 280 times 30 would give it, it'd be 8,400, so we wouldn't get it, right? You think, oh, well, maybe, yeah. So maybe you could be thinking maybe there's some more expensive treasures hanging around that we'll find that are better than a Duracell battery. Honestly, and you'll get to see this, it's the opposite. It turns out that most of the treasures that you're going to find are worth less than that 280. That 280 battery is actually really good. And so today our goal is to grow more Pikmin to break this bag down. This bag here is 35. And so we've got to send some more stuff. There are 5 rooms upstairs in Waters 1. So
What about Waters 3?
I haven't looked there, but we have 10 rooms
Just there.
that could work. So I'm thinking we'll be okay with, like, that's how many rooms I have favorited. So I'll just pick whatever's available by the time our time comes around. What do you think?
Yeah. We'll find out soon enough. We'll be able to.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a problem. That was not how that was supposed to go, but it worked.
This game seems kind of chill.
Dude, it's great.
When was this one?
This
2007?
So Pikmin 1 came out in 01 when with the GameCube. This game came out in 04
I was close-ish.
or 05. I think it's 04 actually. And I didn't even utilize my second captain ability right there, but this first day it's really not necessary. Because you can only control one at a time and the other one can't do anything while you're controlling the other one.
Is this multiplayer?
No. But there are mods that make it multiplayer. And I have it. It's very fun. Okay, so those guys are on the way. We have exactly enough Pikmin to do what we need to do.
I don't see any other colors but red.
Not exactly, because you start out with red, and you have to find the other colors.
Really?
Yeah, that's how the game functions. So it locks things behind, oh, you can't progress in this area because you don't have the right color Pikmin. So you have to go to another area and make progress there until you can, yeah.
Spam.
Easiest way to get them up there.
Spam.
Alright, and so then they're going to do that.
So what's the name of the two captains?
Olimar is the red one, and Louie is the blue one. I think I talked about Louie last time, and you're like, who's Louie? That's Louie. Louie's the blue one. So this time I actually did split up my captains.
That's a lot of Pikmin.
So that he's still here whenever these get done, and that way I have all my Pikmin with me. So that's one way to utilize 2 captains. I can do stuff like that where I can get that bag broken and not just wait around.
You just
Yep.
destroyed that.
Okay, so if you guys remember in the previous game, the trick to these guys was to just group up like this and run under them. That is not, it doesn't work anymore. The new way to do it is to spam throw. Something happened in the change between Pikmin 1 and 2's engine that made the bum rush, as we call it, ineffective. This is our next treasure, actually, and it's going to take 35 to carry. And then we've got a 5 pellet, or 5, and then we've got a 1 pellet, which we're just going to throw 2 guys on and then put the rest on the Bulborb, and then we'll come back for the big guy.
What happens when you put the animals in?
They give you, okay, so the pellets here give you whatever's printed on it, if you take it to the right color. If you take it to the wrong color, you get less. Except for the one gives you a bonus Pikmin if you take it to the right color. Anyways, so you get 2 for that, and I'll get 5 for this one.
What about the parts of the beetle?
So this will give you, it just depends on the enemy. These give you 4. So right now I have 49, and so when he goes, we have 49, and you'll see the number jump up to 53. Yep. And so I just need 1 more, and then we're gonna head on. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. I just ruined everything.
Have they done a mod where every day lasts 24 hours?
No, that would not be fun. You would be, because here's why. You would be ending the days because you'd run out of stuff to do.
Oh,
There's not, because these days are 13 minutes. So think about that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that would be so short. Okay, so here's our next treasure. It kind of looks like a face. It's called the Utter Scrap. It's just a tin can of some kind that someone crushed. It's funny. It looks like it has a face. So we're just going to send these there, and then we're going to swap to Louie, who's still over here in base, and grab all of these boys and pluck these.
Lewis News. Famous singer, songwriter is now astronaut.
What are you talking about?
Do you know about Huey Lewis?
No.
He's famous from a while back.
Oh, is that in Arizona for real? I believe it. We got a Duracell battery and a crushed Arizona can. Alright, so this is a wall. You throw Pikmin on it and they bash their heads against it to break it, but that takes time.
Do they die?
No, they just hit their heads on it.
I was wondering if you gave them concussion.
No, they're fine. They do it. They don't really have brains, so to speak.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, because I mean, they have brains, but like, barely, right? They have enough to know that I look like a big version of them because of the little stem on my thing, and then when I whistle at them, they're like, ooh, you must be a leader, I'll follow you. And so they do what you say. They, like, barely have brain functions. So while that gate is breaking...
There's two other places over there more onions are supposed to happen, right?
What do you mean, those two other places?
There's like stuff on the ground.
Yeah, so once you unlock other colors of Pikmin, the other onions will land in those places in the base. Yeah, that's what that's for. So we just broke down that wall, and while we were doing that, we were growing Pikmin with the other captain. So multitasking can save you time in the day. So as soon as we get these boys, we're going to go and do our final objective of the day, which is what I was talking about earlier, the new gimmick of Pikmin 2 that made this game polarizing, to say the least. Some people think it's super fun. Some people think it takes away the time crunch aspect of the game. But I enjoy it, and I hope that you will enjoy watching me enjoy it. This right here, it's a hole in the ground. This is a cave.
Were there not caves
In Pikmin 1, you never enter a cave in this sense. There is a sort of cave area, but you never enter like a dungeon cave. These are roguelike, well, I would say roguelite dungeons.
Yeah.
And so...
Because dungeons were like really popular during this time in like these kind of games.
Yeah, so you jump in, you get a randomly generated sublevel, but it has specific treasures and specific enemies. They just get laid out randomly. So it's like pseudo-random. Like, you know what's going to be on every sublevel if you've played the game before.
But the format will
But it'll be a little different. It'll look different. It'll feel a little different. Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
So it's like a roguelite. But, you know, we're going to take a second and say, well, look, we can't progress any further in this area because this is water. And we learned from the last game that with just reds, water's a bad idea. No. They can't swim for very long, so you have to whistle them back out. But we can't go that way. And so therefore we can't progress to any of that you can see over there. With that enemy, we can't get there. So the only option left is to enter Emergent's cave. I've been refreshing this like every 2 minutes.
How many have been taken?
We still are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 rooms. So we, as long as one person doesn't pick one of these, then we're good.
Yeah.
We've got at least one room out of that selection.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Praying that we get
As long as one person doesn't pick. I really want to be on the ground floor. I really want Dylan too, though. What? What? Why do you look at me like that and then make me guess?
Did you see the new teaser trailer for The Forest 2? Did you see that?
The what?
The Forest 2?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is our first sublevel of our very first cave. And it's very simple because obviously it's the first one. It's the tutorial trying to teach you how to do things. We got a few enemies in here, and if you notice, we've got an orange, a very flat, disgusting looking orange. And if you notice over there, it is a 7-Up bottle cap.
Is it an actual 7-Up?
It is an actual 7-Up bottle cap.
How do they get How do they get
They licensed a bunch of things for advertising. This counted as advertising.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart.
So those are their real life items, real life brands. And everybody was cool with it because, I mean, they're just advertising their item.
Yeah. No, that's really interesting.
I always get one of these in the middle of my stream. Every time my McAfee
I've deleted it.
antivirus. I should.
I've looked it up, and the antivirus that's already like used in most computers.
The Windows Defender.
Yeah, is better.
Windows Defender is
It does
great.
The same, amount. Of
Yep. Alright, so here's our first treasure from a sub-level. It is an actual 7-Up bottle cap.
That is like so cool.
I
that they
w-
included that.
This is one of my favorite things about this game is like a bunch of the treasures are real life items. I know there's one treasure that's like a GameCube D-pad. Like this piece pulled out. There's a treasure that's a GameCube C-stick or a control stick, not the C-stick. This is the C-stick.
Yeah.
But like there's a lot of cool treasures in this game.
That's awesome.
And
You got another-
yeah, so
Where does it go?
exactly. In a sub-level, you get the ship's talking head part that it comes with you so that you can store treasures at least. But it gets mad at you if you bring enemies because there's no onions, right? You can't carry to an onion because you're in a cave. There's no onions in the caves. The onions are on the overworld. So here's the trick to this. They are worth a very small amount of money. Like nothing compared to the treasures, but they are worth something.
Really worth.
Yeah. So if you bring them, and here's what I find, that if you just grab the ones that are easy to get and don't prevent you from progressing, like if you're just like, I have 10 Pikmin here that aren't doing anything, throw them on some enemies and carry it. By the end of the thing, you've made about one treasure's worth. By the end of a cave, you've made about one treasure's worth of money. So I think it's worth it just to grab the few that you can, right? So on this sub-level, it's really easy to grab them all because you have way too many Pikmin already. So you see, those are only worth 2. But you bring all 4 back and you get 8 Pokos for that. I mean, it's something. You got to pay off 10,000.
That's like a ton.
The orange is worth 180. Citrus lump.
Citrus lump.
And the names are kind of funny every now and then. Okay, so I don't know if you guys heard that sound. That is the sound that means you've collected every treasure on a sub-level and you can continue to the next level. So this is the dungeon. You jump in and you go until you reach the bottom. I happen to know that the tutorial cave is only 2 sub-levels, so this will be the final floor. And this one always has a consistent layout because it is special. And you will see why it is very special. We will find the other polarizing feature of Pikmin 2 in this cave. The other thing that people say, yeah, this kind of ruins the game, or this makes the game super fun. I'll grab those while I'm up here. Let's go ahead and run into this. This is a special treasure. It's a globe of the Earth, because, you know, we're on Earth. And, let's see. Perhaps this can be used for something other than salvage.
A mini-map?
Not a mini map, but a map nonetheless. It will help us find a new area. So this is how you get to new areas. You find one of these. But notice you need 101 Pikmin to carry this thing. And if you remember from the last game, if you were here, the maximum amount of Pikmin you can have out on the field is 100. And that hasn't changed. So what are we going to do? And we only have 70, and there was nothing else to do in the overworld. Guess we'll just continue on. I guess we'll just continue on. I guess we'll just keep going. I guess we'll just keep going in the dungeon. Because there's nothing else in here to do. I mean, we might as well. I mean, I would love to get that treasure, but we just don't have 101 Pikmin, and we never will.
Can't you like help them pick it up?
Nope. We cannot.
Can you get somebody to help you?
Yes.
Hire somebody?
We can get someone to help us. So if you guys remember, in Pikmin 1, there were these things called candy pop buds that look a lot like this flower. And if you threw a blue Pikmin in a yellow candy pop bud, it came out as a yellow Pikmin. And so this is a violet candy pop bud. And I think you guys know what we're gonna do.
I do not.
You shall see. And the reason that we never discovered these new colors of Pikmin in Pikmin 1 is because they were underground. We never went underground into these caves where these flowers grow. And so there we have purple Pikmin. The most controversial edition because
Strong.
they are insanely strong. These make, in the original game, red Pikmin were the fighters. They had 1.5 times attack damage. All the other Pikmin had a normal 1 times attack. These have a 2 times attack damage. And they can do a ground pound, which can stun enemies. They are insanely overpowered. But Pikmin 2 is much more difficult to compensate for that. But these become your sole fighters. They're not immune to anything. Their whole purpose is to fight and carry things. They carry 10 times the amount that a normal Pikmin would. And so if you do the math, and they're actually really slow, if you notice them lag behind everyone else.
Yeah.
So if we get, there's the ground pound attack. We've got 70 right here. And so we've got 60 reds and 10 purples. So 10 purples carry 100 on their own. So if we do this, that's how you get more than 100 Pikmin on the field to carry this back. That's all it takes. But they're going to go really slow because purple Pikmin are slow. So we're going to throw everybody on this. And so now,
Strong.
yeah. And that's all we've got to do. We don't have to watch them. They'll get there eventually. I'm not going to worry about these enemies because, like I said, they're out of the way. And they're not worth that much anyway. We can go ahead and get this cutscene.
I gotta go.
Peace out, brother. Go ahead and close that. See you, dude. Yeah, for sure. I'll let you know. Astounding. Water is shooting out of this geyser with incredible force. Sensors indicate it has enough power to launch you into the air. So this is our way out. So at the bottom of every dungeon, cave, we will find a geyser, and we will get shot back to the surface. That one was worth 200. The spherical atlas. And apparently it has a microchip in it. And so our ship decrypted the microchip and found a new area to explore. And all we have left to do is go to the surface. So the way that all of this works is all of your Pikmin that you currently have will teleport to you. All Pikmin that aren't buried on the sublevel will teleport to you to escape. That way you don't have to worry about going and rounding them up. And then when you complete a cave, you get this cave complete graphic, and it'll show 3 out of 3 up there in the corner. So that way we know we achieved everything. And awesome. We have returned to the Valley of Repose. And because there's nothing much else to do here, our day will automatically end right here. And so tomorrow we will go explore a new area. But in this game, I want to do something a little different. So if you remember last game, we had challenge mode. And I wasn't very good at Pikmin 1's challenge mode. Pikmin 2, its take on challenge mode, I actually like a little better. And you'll see why. But I actually want to play through all of challenge mode in a slightly different manner than you're probably used to if you've ever seen Pikmin before. If not, then it's not the vanilla way that the game works. But I'm going to do it anyway. It just takes one action replay code to fix this. Alright, so we have arrived at the Awakening Wood, but first we are going to return to the title screen. And so the way I plan to do this is after every day in Pikmin that we spend in the world, we're going to go play challenge mode. So you can see there are 5, and then 6. So we got 30 challenge mode levels, and they all give you like a certain amount of Pikmin to start with, and some sprays and such. We'll get to the sprays later, but there's leaf, which means incomplete. There's a white flower, which means complete, and then there's a pink flower, which means perfect. I haven't perfected all of these just yet, but I like to play these slightly differently than they were intended to be played. They're intended to be played with a time limit, and so I don't like the time limits in the caves. Yeah, you're good. This is just the way I enjoy challenge mode. Most people probably enjoy the time challenge. I don't. It stresses me out. Just like in Pikmin 1, it's like grow stuff, but I felt like I didn't have enough time to do what I needed to do. And so I treat these just as like, oh, look, here's 30 extra dungeons to play for fun. So the code, you'll see the timer in the top right corner will not count down like it would in vanilla Pikmin 2. But this is how I enjoy. So we've got 50 red Pikmin, and that's all we get for this very first level. So let's just go ahead and start. There's 5 on that treasure, and there's 10 on this, I think. And so then as soon as one gets back, no cutscene, you just get the amount of Pokos that it's worth. And then we've got one more treasure over here that's shaped like a key. Alright, so in every sub-level you try to find the key, and that opens up the way to the next. Great. And so, to get the pink flower, you have to not lose any Pikmin. To get the white flower, you just have to make it to the end. Alright, so here we go. Sub-level 2 is the last floor. And so there's lots of treasures, and so what it's trying to do is make you choose, like, oh, what am I gonna get? How am I gonna make the most money because I don't have enough time to get all of these things? That's just not how I like to play Pikmin, because I'm a completionist, and so my thing is like I just want to get everything. I want to grab everything there is to grab. So that's how I tend to enjoy Pikmin more. We haven't seen these yet, but these are eggs. Inside eggs, there are these nectars. You guys remember nectar from the last game. We can flower our Pikmin. It's a lot easier in Pikmin 2 to get a whole squad flowered. They go a little faster, and that's helpful, obviously. I'm not going to mess with that right there because we haven't encountered it in the game yet. But we'll get there. But we will get to it, just not yet. You can kind of cheat and see where the ending is because you can see under the map over there. Alright, so let's go ahead and fight this guy. And he's done. And we have gotten everything. And then one last thing is at the end of challenge mode caves, you don't just get a geyser. You get a covered geyser, and you have to break it. So you actually do have to carry some Pikmin to the geyser, unlike in story mode caves. And that will be our first challenge mode level. I gotta sneeze. Golly, that was strong. Man. Oh. Okay, so as you can see, it's pretty obvious that I normally play like this. Perfect score. So that would have given us a pink flower if we hadn't played it yet. I'm gonna have to be selective with what we play because I have to wait till we get things. So we may not play. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I probably need to keep track somewhere of what we have and haven't played. But I'll go ahead and get our game loading back up. Okay, back to unlocking the Awakening Wood. We've got the Picklopedia. So as you can see, we've got the big bulborb that we fought, the snow bulborb that we found in the caves, the violet candy pop bud, and clover that we saw somewhere, probably in the cave as well. So yeah, there's that, and then obviously the treasure hoard. Nothing major unlocked here, but we will try to return to these because some cool things can happen. But here we are back at the Awakening Wood. Let's just jump right into it, and I think you might notice some familiar aspects. So as we land, you may notice that right over here to the right, this area was the landing site from Pikmin 1. Our ship was about right here, and we had some onions, but this is where we started in Pikmin 1. If you walk down here, there was a gate. There was all this stuff. All of that over there was underwater. It has changed slightly, but this is the Forest of Hope. And because the purple Pikmin don't have an onion, they get stored in the ship. So I forgot to mention that, but that's where our purples went. And so here we go. We're gonna go ahead and start with grass. Just like in the last game, the grass will give you nectar. I need the ship to stop talking to me while I'm trying to get stuff done. We're gonna grow a few more Pikmin here. Alright, so you'll get to see here, which now we can change Pikmin with the D-pad, which is great, how easy it is to actually kill things with purples. They're actually crazy. So if we just walk up to this guy, right, and aim at his nose, we can just... And he's done in just a few seconds. So this is one of the reasons people call this overpowered. There's a strawberry right there, which is pretty cool. These are female shear grubs, just like in the last game. They can't eat your Pikmin because they're the females. Only the males eat Pikmin, so we're safe as far as that goes. Over here, just like I explained in challenge mode, we've got some nectar from the grass, and he just drank a whole thing to himself because he's a jerk. I was gonna use that. I know, he's strong. It is really hot in this room right now. That strawberry actually might push us over 1,000. So that's a good start. We're 10% of the way there. But I'm sure you can tell that this is going to be a much longer game than Pikmin 1 was. Okay, so yeah, every time we reach one of those percentage goals, that'll pop up and tell us, like, oh, you've completed this % of the debt. Well, you paid off, you haven't completed. That sounds weird. Yeah. So now we have the maximum amount the maximum amount of Pikmin that we can have on the field, which for right now is 95. And there's a reason that it's only 95 instead of 100. It's because there are wild Pikmin on this map. And those wild Pikmin, we might see later. They're not around here at the moment. So then, next I want to talk about these berry plants. We need these, so we're going to go ahead and get some boys on them. I should have gone and gotten nectar first, But, you know, my bad. Actually, we could flowerize these with a honey wisp. You guys remember honey wisps? They drop an egg, so they dropped one nectar for us. Let's put our... Go ahead and carry these berries back, and then let's get as many of these boys flowered as we can. And then get them on the wall. That should be good enough for now. We'll leave Louie while they're breaking down that black gate. If you remember from the first game, black gates are stronger. They take a lot longer to break down. So it's good to go ahead and get started, and especially leave those purples on it. Alright, so we have recovered 10 berries. And so every 10 of these red berries, we get what's called a spicy spray, ultra spicy spray, because those were ultra spicy berries. And these will give our all of our Pikmin a boost. It's basically like Pikmin drugs. You give it to them and they go real fast. So for example, I'll show this real quick. I can do a spicy spray, and then they all get all excited. It is spicy in this room. Can't angle that any further down. It's blazing in here. So yeah, all these Pikmin, watch how fast they break this thing now. Because they're in super mode. Like, it still takes a while, obviously, because like I said, the black gates take a long time to get down. But there they go. And then there's a couple things we want to do as soon as they break this down. This is an enemy called a Cloaking Burrow. Fastest way to kill them is just to rush their face. It doesn't work on the Bulborbs, but it does still work on... It works on some enemies like those. Let's see. If we throw on this, you'll notice we need 200, so that means at least 20 purples to solve that. Now you may not notice this. This is less obvious that there's an enemy here. You can see its eyeball. There it is. Best way is to bring them out and then just throw purples to stun it, and then get as many Pikmin on it as quick as possible. Now it's dead. I'm going to show a cool little exploit here that I always do. If you throw Pikmin with momentum, they kind of do some weird stuff, and the reds can't do this, but the purples with their little ground pound can end up top. And that treasure up there is supposed to be, you're supposed to wait till you have yellows who can reach up there with just a straight up throw. But if you throw a purple just right, that one was interesting. I want to get this because it's cool. Enter. How's it going, brother? 4:33. I have an alarm set, and I have the thing already pulled up, and your boy is on the stream right now.
Let's go.
Playing the Pikmin.
Dude, we should get in Waters 1.
I'm trying, bro.
I mean, there's only 12 people ahead of us, or 11. So.
Yeah, we have good chances. We're going to try to get in Waters 1. It is hot in here. I have it on max, but it's like burning. I don't know what. I may have to open the window or something because I'm like sweating.
Out there is cold.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang. I may just leave the door open or something. Yeah, just leave the door open. Maybe that'll cool it off in here some. Pikmin 2. From my favorite series of games, Pikmin. Weird. Most people don't enjoy it, but I definitely do. That's how most people are. It's not very popular. but it's definitely good. At least to me.
I think I might have seen those dudes in like a beam or something, but I didn't.
Yeah. I got you.
How many people you got watching right now?
I guess one. I haven't. Today hasn't been the best, yeah. I had more last time, though, so. And Pikmin, since it's Pikmin, it's not very popular. It's gonna have less viewers, naturally. So I fully expected not to have as many. Okay, so we're gonna go and hit the only available cave in this area. And that would be this one right here. This is called the Hole of Beasts. And it says on the outside that there is fire hazards in here, but luckily we've got our red Pikmin who are immune to fire.
They don't even worry about it.
They don't even believe in fire. And then, let's see, split everybody up. So it's useful when you go into caves like this and you know that there's fire to just leave your people that are susceptible to fire back. And just to clear out the room. Those were some male and female shear grubs, which aren't a problem for us anyway. Other than the males, we gotta watch out for the males. So I think that's the only treasure, that D-pad that we just found. I think it's the only treasure on this hole, or on this floor. It's a GameCube controller D-pad. Right there. This game is set in post-apocalyptic Earth, and so a lot of the things that you find are items that we would use. So like there was a 7-Up bottle cap earlier, stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
So I gotta tell you, my soccer game was canceled tonight.
Oh really? Because of the raininess?
Yeah.
So we can just chill.
We can either eat at 5 or we could wait. Whichever you want.
I mean, since we're already planning on eating at 5, we might as well stay.
Yeah, I think that's the best.
And then we can hang out for however long we want to in there.
You have an agenda?
Not really. I think we're just going to hang out. Just chill and get to know each other. I mean, like, get to know each other, but, like, just hang out, basically. Get the room vibe going, you know what I mean?
We gotta, like, bring more stuff.
Yeah, we can talk about stuff like that for sure. Like those posters was a big help, I think. The posters are nice. Stuff like that. Alright, so we've got some more of these violet candy pop buds. And so we can get more purple boys. A lot of people joke about Pikmin being racism, the game. Because all of your Pikmin are different colors and they do different things. And purples are the best ones because they're the strongest ones. And it's like, wow, you know, this is really bordering on racism between the Pikmin species. But nah, they all are useful. They are all created not equal. Unfortunately. They really aren't. Humans are. Humans definitely are. Don't get me wrong, but Pikmin are not created equal. Purples are insane. But, like, obviously there's things that the reds can do only, and there's things that only the blues can do. So, they all have their spots. So, yeah, now we got fire everywhere, and we can deactivate these fire geysers with the red Pikmin safely. You can do it with other Pikmin. You just have to time it and not let them catch on fire. What's the point?
Yeah.
Okay, so you work for a company that is in a massive amount of debt, and that's why you're collecting these treasure things that are worth money on your planet to pay off that debt and keep the company from going under. That's your point. Yeah. In the first game, the point was, this is Pikmin 2, so in the first game, you crash land on this planet, and you have to rebuild your ship, and the Pikmin help carry your ship parts back and help rebuild it. And then that's what changes in this game. You have to go back because when you get back, you find out your company's in debt because you haven't been working because you've been stuck on the planet. Yeah. It's an interesting concept. Okay, so that's the last treasure on this sub-level because I've played this game like 8 times fully, 100%, so I just kind of know that that's the end of this one. As soon as that gets back, we can jump down to the next one. I'm gonna be speeding through this game. Alright, so one person has had the opportunity to choose a room now.
Oh, sweet. Dude, this is great. It's almost like the NFL draft or something.
Yeah, so we have 30 minutes. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of our options are still open. We're really aiming for Water's 1 because Dylan, but we also want to try to get on the first floor for furniture purposes to carry all that stuff.
So which of those takes precedence?
I don't know yet. Basically, whatever's left, I'll figure it out then. Yeah. When it gets to 4:33, whatever's left is what I'll choose from. So I'm not gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna do this now. I know Ben isn't fond of corner rooms, so if I can avoid a corner room, I might try to do that. Yeah. So I mean, just stuff like that. I'll figure it out whenever we get to it. That was a floppy disk. Those are old.
This is great. I didn't get to participate in the room countdown. Oh, I guess.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah. We got completely random last time because of Josiah's account hold.
Very sad.
Yeah. It was okay, though. We ended up in a great spot, I would say.
Yeah, I'd say it's not bad. I mean, anywhere in the quads is better.
Yeah. As long as we weren't in Heritage, I was acceptable. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We get to see the fighting of the purples again. And this is why they're so much better. Yeah, they just decimate people. And that man had a Game & Watch, which is an old Nintendo console.
Game and watch.
No. No.
He watches gaming. This is weird.
Nah. The Game & Watch. There it is. Ben does that every now and then. He just pops in and talks.
Probably makes the stream more
There it is. Yeah, it's a little easier when you talk to people to stream. Especially when, like, you don't have very many people in the chat.
It's a shame you haven't blown up yet.
Yeah, it probably won't happen ever.
I mean, most people don't.
Yeah, exactly. I'm doing it because it's fun,
Yeah.
mostly.
You'd be gaming anyway, even if you weren't streaming.
I would have, this mostly allows me to have designated game time. Is what it's mostly for, so that I have just some time that I can guarantee chill. But it's also like, you know, if I got big, where's the problem, you know? Where's the downside? I'm gonna game at some point throughout my day. I might as well do it for, yeah. And if not, I did what I was gonna do anyway.
I bet you won't.
Nah.
What you talking about?
2 Worship ain't gonna get that big.
Oh, you'll be a great computer guy.
I'm gonna be working at a church.
Like Joel Osteen.
I'm gonna be, no. Let's not be like Joel Osteen.
What are you talking about?
Joel Osteen is, everything's gonna go great for you because you're, yeah, that's not true.
I always wonder what happens when. Okay, so surely there are people at his church who have been there for like 10 years, donated money, and it's still not going great for them.
Yeah, it's like,
What do they say? Are they like, oh, it's just gotta wait a little
you
longer?
just gotta wait. It'll pay off one day.
Bruh, like,
Like, bro, you realize that
point, you
not,
say, okay,
yeah.
this is the
not everything is going to go your way when you're a Christian.
Right.
That's kind of biblical scripture.
The world just hurts sometimes.
The world is fallen and bad things happen to good people. That's just how it works. So bad things are going to happen to you, but you go through it with Christ and not on your own. That's the point. You're going to get me preaching on my stream now.
Man, we probably got some atheists on here getting all riled up.
Yeah, the whole 0 people that are watching.
Are there really zero?
No, there's Chandler is here, one of my friends, but
Is he in your band?
no. And there is not a musical bone in Chandler's body.
Far from it.
I'm just kidding, Chandler. If you heard that. He loves music, but he is not a music player. Okay, this is cool. This is a big boss, right? And she's sleeping. She's chilling.
So how big are these dudes? Are they like human size? Or are they like tiny?
I talked about it earlier. They are very small.
So the boss is also like decently small.
Fairly small, yeah. That would, I mean, here, I'll give you a sense of scale. This is how tall, canonically, this is how tall the main characters are.
The size of that one.
The size of a GameCube memory card. This is the memory card that went in your console.
Yeah.
That stored all your stuff. And so that's how tall they were, because this came out on the GameCube, and so they were like, well, there you go. There's their height. So now you know. So if you take that and you say that's how tall they are, well, that's probably about this big, right? It could probably fit in my hands. There's a trick way to kill this boss quickly, and I'm gonna attempt it, but if things go badly, I'm gonna run. So we've got one spray. We're gonna use the spray, and then we're just gonna rush the side. And okay, it didn't work. Come here. Ah, that one died. We have to hide in the corner. Insta-kill if you get underneath that. That's the scary part. It's not a very strong boss, you're right, but the insta-kill is definitely scary. The trick to this one is get right up under it, and as soon as she gets mad, whistle, she'll roll again. It really isn't hard, but it is the first major boss of the game, so since I started today. So our spray ran out. They're not hyped up anymore, but they'll still take care of her pretty quick. And if you let her do that, she'll throw them behind her so that she hits them. So that's why you have to whistle before. Yeah, I can go like this and only take purples, right? So I could just throw purples here, which is actually faster. It's the quicker way to kill her. Like, she's dead now because of that. Because she's not that hard anyway. I was just like, whatever. We're chilling. It's just a few cycles. So that's an actual real life product. It was a love tester that came out forever ago, and two people put their thumbs on it, and it would give you a meter of how compatible you are. But it turns out in this game they repurpose it into a treasure radar that detects how close you are to treasure. Pretty cool. Most people see this game and they go, fractions, get that out of here. Math, get it out. It's just telling you how many Pikmin you need and how many are on it. That's all it is. Alright, let's refresh. A few more people have chosen rooms now. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So somebody chose one of them.
I'm not gonna lie. Let me get a gander at this TV.
I really want...
I feel like we could put that upstairs.
Okay, here's the problem, though. This. That's the reason. Those every week, twice a week.
Oh, yeah, you are moving it a lot.
That's why I like downstairs, because I move so much of this all the time.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So that's the reason. It's not just like the one and done. I have to move all that stuff twice to get it up here and back home. And then on top of that, I have those guitars and things that I carry around everywhere.
I wasn't considering the consistency.
Yeah. That's the main reason. Like, if I only had to do it once, No. If it was just once, it wouldn't be a big deal, but carrying those guitars up twice a week.
Bro, I hope some people take second floor.
I know, right?
Which you would think some people will. Like,
I thought the second floor was more popular
there's a
anyway.
benefit to that, you don't have to hear people as much.
I thought a lot of people liked it. But hey, I also know that if we have to go second floor, that 406 is directly above Dylan. And he said he would love if we took that because he knew we wouldn't be very loud anyway.
So would you be...
I would Be open to it now. I'd rather have down, and Ben would rather have down.
Okay.
Drew didn't really say anything about what he wanted, did he? I don't remember him saying anything, so he probably doesn't care.
It's hard to get an assessment of how much. In a little bit we can see what's really happening.
Yeah. I favorited these because these are ideals. We could also go Waters 3 upstairs. Actually, look, Waters 3 is like empty. Yeah, all the things that have gotten picked were Waters 3 rooms. So Waters 1 is still like, all of them are wide open.
So have you favorited all of the floor ones?
All the floor 1s in Waters 1 and 3.
Or just 4?
Yeah, that's all that's left now.
Oh,
They went
so
quick.
You had all of them.
Yeah, so what it is you favorite them, but if they're like taken or whatever, it takes them off your favorite list.
Okay. And how many people have?
It's 412, so someone just chose. We're at 433. So they didn't pick. So as soon as 433 happens, I'm gonna choose. I'm aiming. I think 409 is good. It's basically where we're at, but in Waters 1.
Yeah.
It's the same.
I mean, literally anyone in Waters 1
Would be nice. Because we're chilling with Dylan, because Dylan's a great RA.
Oh, room checks are a joke.
Room checks are easy as pie. I forgot that I was playing the game for a second. I hope I didn't lose too much time to that. Actually, I can just... It saves after every cave. I'm going to pull a reset just to make sure I didn't lose time from not paying attention.
433, you said?
Yeah, 4:33. I have an alarm set. So that I don't miss. I have an alarm set at 4:30 and then one at 4:32. Can't I get flagged for what?
For being too awesome.
For what? Chan. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. So, hold up. Don't come in all the way. Twitch flags shirtless. I forgot about that.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Oh.
Just try not to be. You can come in, just don't be on the camera at this point. Yeah, I was like, or just do that because I was like,
Wait,
yeah,
we were on video?
yeah. You didn't know that?
Dude, I didn't know. I wouldn't have had my shirt off, dude.
Yeah, you're on my stream shirtless
That's
over here.
hilarious, bro.
Barely though. You weren't fully in frame. You would have been
Okay.
partially
Dude, that is
in the
so
corner.
Funny. I thought it was just streaming.
No,
You're
not just
streaming.
this. It's this. This is what shows up.
Oh, dude, that is so funny.
Yeah, so you would have been partially
Dude,
there.
I wouldn't have my.
No, you're okay.
Dude, that's so funny.
Yeah, I just they do flag sometimes for people being shirtless. So hopefully, since you were only partially in the shot, it'll be okay. They're not gonna deactivate me for it. Cause I'm talking about it right now. Like it was an accident. We didn't.
Yeah.
They do that because people make certain types of videos that they don't want on their platform.
Yeah.
That we won't talk about on my family-friendly stream.
Jeez.
Yeah, you were definitely going for that.
Sometimes but that's about as far as we go.
Yeah, I've said some things that weren't. Yeah, every now and then, rarely. Yeah, some of those things that we won't talk about because we're family-friendly around here. Chandler,
Yeah.
we don't mention those things because we don't approve of them.
No, not this fine Christian campus. Bro, that is so funny.
Is that Benjamin?
Hello, Benjamin.
Someone has taken one of our selectable rooms. But all the ones on Waters 1 bottom floor are still open. So we're aiming for 409 still. Oop. Ooh, where'd you go?
I accidentally did. I was trying to refresh.
Refresh. Yeah, we're still there, and it's 4:16, which means most of the people we're halfway there. We're halfway to our time slot of things being open.
We got this.
All right, let's murder this face.
Once I decide if I should take a shower.
You should take a shower. I love showers.
Oh yeah.
I could take showers all day. No, don't go that way. Hey, guess what? We're jumping straight into another cave. We just did one, and now that we've got our 200 weight worth of purple Pikmin, let's just go ahead and jump in here. You're good, Chan. I was just kind of kidding. I was slightly kidding. I'd rather you not talk about it, but I'm not like mad at you or anything for saying. I've got auto mod in place so that people don't just straight up just cuss me out in the middle of the thing. What'd you say? Yeah, I hope we get in a good one too.
But I think people keep on forgetting that people want grace.
Yeah, Waters is really nice, but a lot of people like Grace too. So it's like we're basically splitting it. And it's technically easier to get into Waters because there are 2 dorms instead of just 1 for guys. It's easier for us to get into Waters. There's some shoe polish.
So what's the plan if we don't get bottom floor waters? Where do we go next?
What do you guys say? Bottom floor Waters 3 if they're available, or you want to go top Waters 1? You would rather go to bottom Waters 3.
Can't make any noise upstairs.
I mean, you can.
Yeah. If you get people and then also transporting stuff.
I don't like moving stuff up and down. Like, I was talking to Sam about that. But also Dylan. Dylan is really cool.
We could try to get above Dylan. But then we still move.
Dylan wouldn't care,
Dylan-
right? We can still move stuff, but Dylan's gonna be chill about that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't make that.
We really don't.
Like, not compared to people was.
That's
Before.
Like, we don't cause earthquakes in the rooms above us. People! In the middle of my sleep, I just hear, like, just randomly. Like, I'm not even
That's
capping.
accurate, though.
That's accurate. Like, I'll be laying in my bed, and it's just like,
Dude, it's so annoying.
because they're just doing crazy stuff. I don't know why. It's not necessary. I hope that came through on the stream. I hope that was just as loud for the experience.
Should have flicked the mic.
Just clap it.
Pardon headphone users,
Pop. He said it was loud. I won't do that to you because it covered. You're welcome, Chan.
what time do we have?
It is 12 minutes. There's also a count. There's a countdown timer up here. 12 minutes. Ah. The Union Men's Returning Student Housing Lottery. I can refresh, yeah. I figure it's. Oh, somebody else went. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so something else went. What was it? All of the floor 1s in Waters 1 are still open. It's Waters 3. Waters 3 is gone. They picked all Waters 3 first, which is good for us because we want 1 anyway. So,
Which one is one? The one.
Waters 1 is Dylan, and it's the one that's closest to
it's
Kobo. It's right next to the sub. Yeah. I don't know why they want 3.
The one closest this way?
Yeah, because we're in.
If you look across from us, that building right there is one. And it's the
Because
same.
we're in Airs 3, right?
Yeah,
3.
Airs 1 is that one, so it's the same.
it's the
So
same.
the one that's closest to everything?
Yeah.
Close to everything.
What the?
know.
How do they
I
not
think
want that?
I think a lot of people don't want to live with Isaac Elliott. He lives in that dorm.
He's Isaac.
That one guy that's like, he's married. He lives in one of those.
Do you think he's gonna like?
He's stricter than most people would want him to be. So we're not doing anything wrong, so who cares? But here's the thing. I know some people don't want that, but that means Waters 3 downstairs is off the table. So we're going to Waters 1. And if there's a downstairs room, we get that. If there's an upstairs room, we go to Waters 1 upstairs, right?
So which one? Waters 3 is Dylan, right?
No, Waters 1 is Dylan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And what do you mean by stricter? Like, what is
He's stricter than most people would want.
like by noise or?
I don't know. I've just heard that he is stricter than most people would want. That's all I can tell you.
That can mean a lot of things.
He's not bad.
Okay.
For our purposes, yeah. He seems like a really cool guy.
There's people who like try to drink and stuff.
I'm sure. People who like run. I know that Jay was talking about how he was playing music really loud one time and he got onto him and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
He was like, so we're not going to try and move. We're going to try and stick around airs. And I was like, okay, good for you. I don't want to walk.
No.
I'd rather not walk.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be walking around with a boombox playing music out loud all the
If
time.
you do this, walk like 2 or 3 times a day, that's miles ahead throughout the semester.
It really is.
And
It's
hours.
very tiring.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when it's hot.
Yeah.
Dude, when it's hot and you walk to class and you're already sweating by the time you get there. Like, think if we're there, we can go into the Lex and walk through the sub and the air conditioner and then to the PAC. Like, we can stay in the air conditioner for
Also,
longer.
if it's raining,
Less time to walk in the rain.
It's literally like a minute class to get to, or a minute walk to get to lunch.
So, basically, we're in Waters 1, hopefully downstairs. If not, we're going upstairs. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
We're
Water's
set.
fun, let's
We
go.
got Dylan. We got Dylan. Yes, sir. Also, we almost got Twitch flagged for nudity.
it overheard in the room, and that's why I came.
I had no idea.
I thought it was just I don't stream, I don't watch streams.
Yeah.
I thought it was just the screen and the audio, but apparently I was on camera just chilling with that stream for like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay, so
and Twitch can flag that sometimes, but it's okay. It'll be on YouTube regardless. So,
I re-downloaded.
it's not 2048.
I love that.
I'm good at that game actually.
Yeah. My high score is 27,000.
What?
Yeah.
That's a
I
lot
was
of
almost to the
numbers.
next- I was almost to the next tile after 2048.
Oh, that must take forever.
Oh, I made it there.
It takes.
I've made it to 4092. I think it's 4092.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Wait, 4096.
That's the one.
So do you know how you skip past the early stages?
Yeah, I always do that, but then it backfire.
No, you know what I do? I go right down, left down, right down, left down, right down, left down, until it doesn't work, and then I pick a different direction. That's my trick, and it's always worked very nice for me. What time is it? We have 8 minutes.
We're in the water.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there's still 8 options. So somebody else's, their time is open. See, like the thing is, if they didn't pick during their time, they can still pick before us, right? So if they like wait, like if they weren't in there right on time, and they get in there before us, their pick is still technically before ours.
So like if we didn't pick, but then we waited like 20 minutes.
Until
we still.
so at 4:33, I have 3 minutes, and at 4:36, it opens up to the next people, and so they can pick before me if they beat me to it, which is why I have it open and a timer set.
If for some reason we miss it, or we just.
If we miss it, we can still pick. We just may not. We get less options because other people get the chance to pick before us.
Okay.
But as soon as I get in, if it's past my time, I can choose. And so we just unlocked white Pikmin because the game is still happening, even though I'm not paying any attention to it anymore.
Unlocking characters without trying.
That's right. The white Pikmin are fast, and they can see underground.
What are the original colors?
Red, blue, yellow.
What are all the colors?
All of the colors. There's red, blue, yellow are the original 3. There's white and purple that they added in this game, and then they're not named by colors in the Pikmin 3. There's wings and rocks, which are pink and gray. That's all the colors. Okay, and then we want to try and get some nectar because I know that there's boys hidden in these. Where's it at? Right there? No. Right there? No. Right there? There's one. Okay. Let's try and line these boys up and get them in there. I think I got almost all of them. But that's good enough. So here's what I was talking about. The white Pikmin can see underground. They're digging up this treasure that we couldn't even see until they got on it. So now they can all do their thing. Great. So now that's the only treasure on this sub-level. Let's go ahead and get down here. we at right now?
Refreshing.
Yeah, I've been doing it every few minutes. 1, 2, 3. All of the rooms, all of the bottom floors are still open.
Let's go.
All 3. There are 3. We're aiming for 409. 401 is a corner. So is corner worse than upstairs? Or would you take corner before upstairs?
Well, corner might also be difficult to get stuff, like our stuff, the entertainment around the
I mean, we just walk in the door.
So
We don't have to go up the stairs.
Cole and I discussed this, and the main moving thing is just moving the
Stairs.
guitars every week.
Yeah, I have to
Like,
move my
we can-
guitars
we
up
can
and
help
down
with this
stairs
kind of
every week.
stuff.
Yeah, that stuff's not bad,
It's just
right?
one
We
time.
move it twice. We move it in and then we move it back out. That's not a big deal. Other than, like, I really don't want to carry it upstairs, right?
Yeah.
That's really annoying to carry a bunch of furniture upstairs in August when it's
Yeah.
blazing hot,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
But the guitars are the thing. It's like I don't want to carry my guitars up and downstairs and my laundry because I take my laundry home on the weekends too. So, like,
Yeah, it would be really bad for you.
it would be really bad specifically for me. So what do you guys think? Would corner be worse than upstairs? So if the corner room is still open and it's the only downstairs room still open, what do we do?
I think that I will recuse from this one.
You would not like to comment.
I would not like to comment.
Okay. Benjamin, what would you like to comment?
I don't really care.
I really don't. I mean, I would prefer the corner
I would prefer corner to,
than upstairs. Okay, so then we're going,
just for my sake as well. In terms of stuff.
so it's purely, like, this is, so 100% downstairs, if not downstairs, upstairs at this
So we're
point.
gonna try to go middle down, then middle corner, then upstairs.
Yeah. So, yeah. The goal would be 409 because I went and looked, and 409 is this dorm, like, except backwards, so it's just on this end. I guess we could get 403 would be on the other end in the same spot, but it might be near the family, and it might just be easier to not be near them in case they are kind of stricter,
Yeah.
in case they do end up being a problem. I don't know.
We live with them. And
Yeah, we live with the Crawfords, but we're on the other end of the building from the Crawfords.
Right.
I don't know which end the Elliots live on.
we don't live right.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't care.
It's going to be a gamble because we don't know where they live anyway. I'll just try to go for 409 because we live in the equivalent of that dorm.
I don't.
We'll be alright. I'm excited though. This worked out way better than I expected it to.
Yeah, 'cause we didn't have a pig last time.
Nope. And I would say we got lucky to be with Dylan because Dylan is awesome. It is 4:30, which means that there's only one more person to pick before us. So we've got, as long as they don't pick 409, we get 409. Is that everybody? Everybody good with that?
Sure.
All right.
If they do pick 409, we're taking.
403 probably, and if not that, 401.
Well,
If
we
not
can-
that, we go upstairs to 406, which would be above Dylan, because Dylan actually requested when I texted him. He was like, "Dude, you should live above us, so that I don't have to worry about noise." And I was like, "But we want downstairs."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's 4:30. I have another set for 4:32, which is when I'll stop playing in preparation to hit the button. All right, so I've got all the treasures here. We can just jump down.
He's got to get his finger warmed up.
I normally play this cave before the other cave we did. And I don't have the treasure tracker in this cave, so it's nice to know. I normally have to do it by the secret sound effect that plays that most people don't know about. Actually, this is a boss fight, so I should probably wait. I didn't think about that. Okay, what do we got? Did somebody pick? No, I don't think they picked the waters. We have a minute and 30 seconds. I'm gonna wait on this boss fight since it's so close to that time. So we're just chilling for a second.
The only time I've ever been nervous for one of these things, like picking, whatever.
Yeah.
Was when I was waiting to get my PS4.
Oh, I remember that. That's 432. I have 10 notifications on this thing. I guess we can talk about the map for a few seconds. So here's the map. If we zoom in, you can see every little Pikmin has a dot right there. It's useful for finding people that you don't know where they're at if they just like ran off and did something crazy. 22, 21, 20. Let me refresh. Still open.
Still open?
I got worried when I opened it this morning and half the rooms on the bottom floor were gone. Like we had 10 rooms on the bottom floor, and then I opened it today and it had like 6. And I was like, oh shoot, let me favorite some of these upstairs in Waters 1 just in case, so that they're ready to go. Oh, it's time. 409. Open room. Open room. Select a room in the remaining time. Okay. Room A is me, right? My door says A?
Yeah.
A. Room B would be Ben. Drew is C, and you're D, right?
Yeah.
Finalize selection. We're done. You ready? Hold on. Let me make sure. 409. Yeah. Waters 1, floor 1, finalize. Set. We're in it.
Let's go.
Finalized. Your room has been finalized. We are in Waters 1, floor 1, 409.
Waters 1, floor 1.
Dude, we got it. We got the ideal. I didn't think we would.
48 as well.
Housing draft selection. Your requested housing has been received and is final.
Wow.
We're in it. We are in it, boys. Now let me destroy this boss like a unit.
Hey.
I'm going for it.
There it is. The Snagret. We fought one of these in the last game. I hate them. Also, white Pikmin have another special thing, right? So they're immune to poison. They see underground. They're really fast. But when they get eaten by things, they are poisonous themselves. Well, yeah, they are poisonous themselves. And so we just lost a white Pikmin right there. But he did some damage in his death. He helped us out a little bit. I missed a bunch of those throws. Normally, if you throw just right, you don't lose any. See, I would have had a few more seconds on that. Get on his head, and he's done. Not quite as bad in this game as they were in the original. Ah, those are rare enemies.
Wait, hold on. Waters is closest to like the library, right?
Yeah, it's Grace, Waters, Airs, Hurt.
Okay, sweet.
So Hurt is that one. Grace is there, and Waters is the diagonal for us.
Sweet. Dude.
Good parking, good location, awesome RA. Guys, we just hit the jackpot. We really won the lottery because this is the housing lottery. That was clever. These are rare enemies, and we got 2 sets of them back to back, which is even more rare. They make all your Pikmin panic except for the purples. If you use purples, you can kill a bunch of them. They give you a ton of nectar, as you can see. I didn't expect to talk about them, much less get 2 sets of them at once. I've never seen back-to-back eggs give those. I think that's like a 1% chance, so that was super rare.
I'm gonna text Dylan what room we're in.
Yeah, tell Dylan we're in 409 in Waters 1 with him. I'm excited, actually. I'm really excited.
Be excited. We got into it.
Someone tell Drew. I don't know what those Pikmin were doing in the corners. Okay, favorited, finalized. Let me just go back. Sure. Yeah, select a room in the remaining time, but we have finalized, yeah. We can't even open the rooms anymore, so we're set. 409 is off the list. I'm just making sure because
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
love when it clearly shows you that like you have finished.
Yeah, like we can't even pick anything, select a room. It says it right there beneath our room selection. Yeah, we're done.
Nice.
We did it.
And we're all registered for classes, obviously. 'Cause you
Yep.
gotta be, dude.
This is great. I'm so.
Let's go, boys.
Also, that treasure we just got allows us to take a nap.
Wait, what?
You can go sleep. It's useful. You wouldn't think it would be, but if you have... So if I put some Pikmin right there, and I go to sleep next to them, they will carry me back to home. And so this is useful, like if you're far away, and like both of your captains are far away, and you need to get back to the base, and you want to do something with the other one, make one go to sleep and get carried back, while the other one does whatever action you can do. So that's a way to move the captain you're not controlling, and to optimize things a little bit. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of cool tricks like that in this game. They made it a lot better in the next one too. Multitasking is insane in Pikmin 3. But we have now completed this cave, and we're gonna save the rest of this in-game day for the next time, but I'm gonna play another challenge mode cave and then call it a day on the stream.
Oh, so Ben, I meant to tell you.
What?
My soccer game is canceled tonight because of the rain.
Oh, shoot, yeah.
But
I missed a treasure in there.
eat at 5.
I'll have to go back and get that. I say we still do it since we all
What time is it right now?
4:38.
38. I have to take a quick shower. I'll just take my. I guess I'll just take my shower afterwards.
Okay. What am I doing right now? Oh yeah, we're gonna stop this for now, and we're gonna jump into. I'm gonna hit reset and get us back to the title screen quickly, because it saves after the cave, and we're gonna jump into another challenge mode level.
Ben, do you bench press?
So,
Yeah.
but I don't do it when I'm by myself, which is most of the time.
Right. It's really hard to do it.
Yeah, because I don't want it to crush my neck.
Right. And it's hard to like push yourself.
Okay, we can play this one because we do have white Pikmin.
It makes it easier when you have somebody there to.
Read it off, yeah.
I was worried that we were gonna get to a challenge mode level that we didn't have the Pikmin for in story mode.
No! Sorry, I just lost.
You failure.
What do you get to?
Let me see. 31,000.
Oh, so that's a new record? Dude, sweet.
Did Drew say something back in the chat today about meeting? Did Drew say something back in the chat today? I just don't remember. I've talked to a billion people today. Oh, this one takes some time.
So we actually did it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
He said, okay, Joe, you put me.
Yeah, just make sure he's still there. That's a great idea. Thank you. I should be doing these things as the room leader, but no. Stream. I'm a sucky room leader,
You're a
guys.
horrible leader. I'm gonna, I was gonna say veto you. I'm gonna impeach you.
Impeach me.
This is mutiny.
What's funny is I looked in there at our roommates, and we can't change roommates now. Like, it's like, look, I clicked whenever I opened it, it said you cannot edit your group because your group has been locked. Like, even before we picked a room, we were set. So you guys are stuck with me.
So I wonder what would happen if like you find out one of your roommates is like an actual murderer. Like, who would you go to? Just like,
Hey, can we kick this guy out of school?
Do that. You can get a room change.
Yeah. Well, if it's a murderer, I think you would go to the police and get them removed from Union. That's what I would do.
If they're like a serious problem, like, I don't know, it'd have to be.
They make you go through counseling.
Some dude was like a nudist.
That has happened. That has happened at Union before.
wait, what does that mean? He's just walking around.
He just hung out in his living room completely naked.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not go for that. I do not want to watch your thing be thing.
I was gonna say, you better put your clothes on, or I'm taking all your stuff and throwing it out in the middle of the quads. You're done. If I ever catch you in this living room with no clothes on ever again, you're out. Bye. And if it happened again, I don't care.
That's not harsh. It's the crime, man. That's not your knowledge.
It really does.
Kicking someone out who literally knew what was happening. Yeah, that's...
You don't need your clothes. You don't need your stuff.
Right. It's like, clearly, I'm getting rid of your clothes
Yeah.
because you don't need them anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to throw all your clothes
You
out.
need a quad, man.
Yeah, just go hang out there if you're going to hang out in my living room where nobody wants to see it. Ah, it's a doodle bug.
Ladies out there, like, some girls want to see this.
No.
No, they won't.
I have a feeling that most nudists probably don't have attractive
Okay.
things.
Assuming you're attractive.
Assuming they're attractive, then yes, some people would probably enjoy it. Not me.
I mean, I'm not saying most. Maybe so.
Oh, that was your message. I was like, why did my phone go off? Everybody carry things. Get them.
Wait, is that a regular sized strawberry?
Yes. Well, actually, that's a really fat strawberry.
Okay, I was
But,
gonna say, 'cause
yeah.
if those are like 2 inches tall.
Yeah, that's a giant strawberry. There is a normal sized one, but that's like, they make a joke about it when they name it in the game. They're like, this strawberry is massive. Come here, boys.
So is that like one of the things that you like sell? Like,
Yeah. This is challenge mode though, so none of this like counts. Since this is just see how much you can make in a cave. It's like bonus caves basically. And I can't see my chat. I haven't looked at chat in a minute. Okay, nobody said anything, of course. Typical. Okay, I think we can go down a sub-level. Did you just turn on the PlayStation?
You know what I got for free for PlayStation Plus?
What'd you got for free for PlayStation Plus the other day?
FIFA.
2022.
FIFA 22? So what you're saying is, when we get done with our meal, we're gonna play FIFA. Like, we could all... okay, you suck. You should just go die.
We just need to force the password out and just play by ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, I would be so down to have a group FIFA game. That would be lit. Ben, who sucks. Sam, we should start playing, you should make an intramural FIFA. Hey, if it rains out, just say, hey, look, let's just play in FIFA. That'd be a lot harder. You can choose to convert some of your Pikmin in this map to be purples instead of whites, but I'd rather just have the whites. Especially in this room. This is Puffy Blowhog. We fought one of these in the first game. You probably remember that. They're a little bit easier in Pikmin 2 because of the mechanics of the game being easier. That's a doodle bug. He makes toots that are toxic toots. Please hit it. Thank you. Those things are annoying because they run around and then you gotta fight for them. There was also a... where did that go? There was a... yeah, there it is. A buried treasure right there. Get off the bulb. Get on this. Carry. You guys keep digging. You're doing great. There's no real reason to split the captains right now. I may put the spray on, actually, once these guys get back. Hey, Ben. How are your parentos? Good. I'm actually going to split the captains up, even though I just said it was pointless. And I also didn't use a spray. Onions. Where are all my Pikmin at? How many are on the other thing? Oh, there's 15 on this. That's why. I was like, what? Oh, there's only 10 on this thing. Get it. Alright, let's spray. And run, and let's grab these. And let's spray again, because we have so many sprays. And then this crew can hopefully carry this on their own. And then I need a group to break the geysers, so then we will have completed this challenge mode level. This is called Novice Training, I think. Bunkus. Okay, yeah, they could carry it. Let's get one more spray so that these 20 can make it to the geyser. And as soon as that one gets back, we are going to jump in. And we're done. Great. Whoa. I knocked over my deodorant. That was an accident. A new high score. Awesome. So the next one we'll have to wait some. We can play that one. We could play that one. Anyways, there's a few more that we could play, but we're gonna hold off. But anyways, thanks for the people that were here, and it's been good, and I will see you guys later. Bye.